Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And for the ANC, I think the party is nearly over. Next month, it's probably, I would suggest, very likely that Moodys are going to degrade the rand to junk status. And when they do that, the gloves are off, guys. The gloves are off. The ANC will have to stop their looting ways. And probably it's the best thing that Moodys could do for South Africa is give this corrupt ANC government a reality check to what they've done to the country. And supporting the suggestion that Moodys will bring the rand down to junk status is the Absa Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, which has sunk to its lowest level in a decade in September, on weak demand linked to fears after slowing domestic and global growth. The index, which gauges manufacturing activity in Africa's most industrialized economy, fell to 41.6 in September from 45% the previous month. And this is only the 8th time that it's gone below 50. And the last time it was this low was in August 2009, which is when the world financial crisis happened. Now, let's look at Moodys and what's happening here. There's still a month to go until Moodys Investor Services reviews South Africa's sovereign rating, but foreign investors aren't taking any chances. Overseas ownership of South African government debt fell to 37% of the total at the end of August, from a high of 43% in March 2018. According to National Treasury data. That's the lowest level since February 2017, suggesting some investors aren't waiting for Moody to downgrade the country to junk, a move which would see it removed from Citigroup Inc.'s World Government Bond Index, sparking forced sales by investors who track the gauge. That's despite the fact that South Africa's yields are the highest in the WGBI, which requires an investment-grade rating from either Moodys or S&P Ratings, and is tracked by investors overseeing as much as $3 trillion. Moodys is the only major company to rate South Africa's debt at investment level, after S&P Global Ratings and Fitch Ratings cut their assessment to junk in 2017. Investors would be forced sellers in a downgrade, some of them having sold, said Edwin Gutierrez, London-based head of emerging market sovereign debt at Aberdeen Asset Management. Ramaphosa clearly has died, he said, referring to a term coined to describe investor confidence after President Cyril Ramaphosa took office in February 2018. Let's have a look at the chart on South African bonds being sold out of by investors. Moodys said last month its stable outlook for South Africa's debt meant the credit rating was probably safe for another 12 to 18 months, and that President Cyril Ramaphosa's government needed time to implement economic reforms, including fixing the loss-making power utility Eskom Holdings, SOC Limited. Still, the company could lose patience if the midterm budget statement later this month doesn't convince it the government can handle its debt and the fiscal deficit. Daniel Tenengaza, the New York-based head of market strategy at BNY Mellon, in a note to his clients said, the upcoming Eskom unbundling white paper is the main yardstick to watch. Failure to produce a credible turnaround plan for Eskom would put the government on the hook for as much as 450 billion rand, or $29 billion, of debt, putting pressure on the fiscal shortfall estimated at 4.9% of GDP, or gross domestic product, in the February budget. If the deficit widens to more than 5.5% of GDP, that would likely change Moody's optimistic take on fiscal accounts, Tenengaza said. A downgrade to junk would lead to bond outflows of as much as $15 billion, according to BNY Mellon. The yield of South Africa's benchmark bonds due December 2026 has risen 6 basis points by 1:24 p.m. in Johannesburg in the week to date, trading at 8.36%, the highest level since August 21. Foreign investors have sold a net 2.7 billion rand of South African bonds last month through September 27, according to JSE Limited data, bringing outflows this year to 8.8 billion rand. Now, I've just checked the US dollar rand rate, and I can tell you now that it's done this. It's now something like 15 rand 30 to the US dollar, and it's climbing quite fast. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, stay safe. Bye for now.